Got it.
Okay.
There we go. Okay, great. Well, hello everybody, and welcome to the first speaker series of the year. This is hosted by STEAC, the Short-Term Emergency Aid Committee. My name is Janelli, and I'm the program manager here at STEAC. Thank you for being with us in this afternoon and joining our conversation about how to best support our neighbors in need. The purpose of this event is to provide a forum for local experts in the fields related to STEAC's mission, which include poverty, homelessness, food support, and insecurity, to provide the knowledge and perspective to our STEAC community. That includes staff, volunteers, neighbors, donors, anyone who would like to welcome. As part of STEAC's mission, our intention is also to add to the community conversation around poverty to increase public awareness, to inform our actions as individuals and organizations. We have a wonderful speaker joining us today, so I'll just go ahead and pass it on to Katie so that she can go ahead and introduce her.
Hello, everyone. My name is Katie Zane. I'm the grants manager at STEAC. And for tonight's webinar, the format will be first speaker introduction, followed by a 40 to 50-minute presentation, and then we'll have a short Q&A session. So tonight, I'm excited to have Rosalinda Gray here with us from the Yolo Crisis Nursery. Rosalinda joined the Yolo Crisis Nursery in 2009 and has held several positions there, including on-call staff, family life skills coach, preschool teacher, and supervised visitation monitor. In 2011, she gave birth to her son who was born with disabilities, and she chose to stay home to care for her son for several years. Then in 2017, Rosalinda returned to the nursery as a family specialist and was recently promoted to a program manager. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Rosalinda has a huge heart and always goes above and beyond for the children and families she helps. In her 7 years with the nursery, she has always been passionate about helping all at-risk children, but she really gravitates toward helping the most vulnerable children, those with disabilities. Rosalinda is an active member of the Down Syndrome Information Alliance and has served as president of the organization. She is now sharing this knowledge and expertise with the Yolo Crisis Nursery clients. A great advocate for children and families, Rosalinda has helped more than 100 families obtain individualized family service plans and/or education plans. These are plans for children with disabilities and developmental delays. With that, I will turn it over to Rosalinda, and she can let us know all the great things she's doing.
Hi, guys. So, yes, I am Rosalinda Gray. I have been at the Crisis Nursery for quite some time now. Even if not in person, I was always working from home or doing anything. I have been in every program that the nursery offers. So now I am the program manager and I oversee all of those programs. I'm going to start with our slides and go into everything that the nursery has to offer. I will say that right now we are in an 1,100 square foot home. We fit about 22 of us in that home and all of our programs out of that home. But thankfully, thanks to the community, they started building our new building and we will be going into a 9,000 square foot home. So we will be able to help. Right now, we can do 6 infants and 6 preschoolers at a time, but we are going to transition once we get to the new building and we'll be able to do 36, which is a big jump for us, and be able to do everything on site from supervised visitations, family life skills, ABC, everything we will be able to do at our actual building, which is quite exciting for us. And we're also hoping that we can add some occupational therapies in and some behavioral therapies and everything. But I will start. If we can go to the first slide, please. So we do offer respite and childcare. We have 3 different licenses. Our first license is a respite, and that is where we can help 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So any child from anywhere, there is no income, there is no anything. If you need us, we call in our on-call teachers and we are able to provide that. We also do the childcare portion. That one is limited, and we only keep the kiddos that are at risk. And we're still working with the mom or the dad on trying to obtain housing services of any kind. We keep them as a full-time childcare slot. We like to always have eyes on our kiddos just to make sure that they're getting all of the support that they are needing. We have an on-call rollover cell phone. So even if we're not on site, one of us always has that with them. So anyone can call us at any time. We've had many calls at 2 a.m., 4 a.m., and we will drive out and meet them. We offer trauma-informed care. And what trauma-informed care is that all of our staff, anybody, any teacher, any volunteer, they must go through trainings of how to interact with a child that's been through any sort of trauma. The trainings are continuous, so we do them at least once or twice a month, and we provide that to them. We bring it to our house, and then they are also expected to go and take trainings offsite in a kind of through the foster care program. So that way, since we serve kiddos from foster care, we serve kiddos from the shelters, we should serve postpartum, any of them, they give the most well-rounded trainings. If we can go to the next. So like I said, we do serve foster care. They are one of our partner agencies. And what that means is we have the Bridge program. The Bridge program is a program that is with the county that we partner with. It is where they pay for all of the foster kiddos to come to us. So the reason that this is such an important one is because a lot of the foster parents that get these kids also work full-time. So when they're working full-time and you get a kid in the middle of the night, one of the reasons these kids get sent back to the worker or asked to be placed somewhere else is simply because they have no child care for that child. So we make that room happen. We do anything that we can to get that child with us so that foster parent is supported and the child is maintained in that one home and there's not a lot of transitions. Next one, please. So wraparound services. We have mobile client navigators. And then there's us, which is myself and the director and the assistant director if we need to step in also. We provide a full, well-rounded plan for each family that comes into our care. And that is a 3 to 6 step plan, and we design goals. Most of the time it is for housing. Most of the time they need help with some counseling. They need help with getting back to school or getting full-time childcare. They need help with groceries, which groceries is when we usually contact you. They need help with just being able to maintain their housing that they have, and they have recently lost their job or got out of domestic violence. We do anything and everything to help. We take them to get resumes. We help them practice for interviews. If it is a child with a developmental delay, I am usually the one that gets called in, and I will go with them to the schools, help them request different testing, different services, and then I will sit in the IFSP or IEP with them. A lot of these parents are already overwhelmed with everyday life, so having to add anything extra like that in is very difficult. Next slide. Our specialized infant daycare and preschool, that is basically because we are trauma-informed care. There is no other preschool childcare like us. Our goal is to support that child who has been through so many traumas that they should not have had to, and really get them the help and support that they need. But it starts at home. So that's where the mobile client navigators start with the moms and the dads. And then the preschoolers are trained to start with the kiddos. So the care packages through the nursery, anybody can call us from any county. There is no income check. There is no anything. There's no requirements at all. They just call us. We write a care package out. They can request things from diapers, wipes, formula, clothing, back to school things, housing type items, such as a mattress, a twin bed. We just helped with getting a kitchen table. We have a really great and supportive community. And with that, we're able to provide hundreds of care packages a month. So our Family Life Skills program. Our Family Life Skills program is fantastic. I love it. That was my passion for a very long time. That is where the parents have worked extremely hard and their kiddos get to go back home. They were in foster care. The mom and dad did what they had to do and they got them back home. Well, once they get them home, we want to make sure that they have enough support to keep them home and not have them removed again. So we go in as counselors and we work with them from 10 to 12 weeks. And every week is a different life skill goal that they are working on and that we work with them on. By the end of it, they graduate, they show it to their worker, and they're also hopefully able to better cope with things such as the attachment with their child, things as in taking their child with them to grocery shop, helping the kid with homework, keeping the home clean, finding a job, anything that they need help, we help them in. We also offer the ABC program. This one is new. This is a program that only we are trained in. It is based out of Delaware. Yeah, Delaware. A therapist, counselor goes out into the home also 10 to 12 times. This is where they really work on building that attachment back with their child. They feel they don't have a strong attachment. The child was gone for a good amount of time. We can do it anywhere from prenatal up to 4 years old. And the prenatal aspect of it is really fantastic for a mom who just doesn't feel like she's connecting with her pregnancy and doesn't understand certain things. She's just having a hard time. That we go in and we do tape record it. This does not get shown to anyone. This is because at the end of it, we're able to put together a slideshow for them that shows how much progress they have had and how much attachment has actually grown. And usually the parent is extremely grateful. We also offer family engagement nights. We have our first family engagement night of the year coming up on February 1st. This one will be culinary creation demonstration. So we have a nutritionist coming in and will demonstrate how to create a healthy meal out of the items that these households get from any food distribution. Different family engagement nights have different topics. We go based on whatever they are asking us for. We've had some trauma topics. We've had some building connections where the bio mom wants to build a connection with the foster mom. So we invite them all to come, and this kind of builds in a support group for them all. We used to do the supervised visitation. We are planning on bringing that back once we get into the larger building, but we're now in a smaller one and we've grown, so we can't really house it anymore. But that was where we sat in and really just kind of how it's explain. It's just they interact with their child and we write everything down. That's another one of our connections with child welfare. One thing we do make very clear, though, to these moms and dads, we are mandated reporters. However, our goal is for them not to be ending up in child welfare. Our goal is to support them as much as we can so they are able to do this. So I just kind of went over the family life skills. Chris Ramirez is one of our head lead counselors. She is a life coach. She is fantastic. She actually today is helped a family move into their first home. And Chris pretty much takes them and walks them through everything. She took them to get some groceries. She'll take them to get some organizing tools, and she will sit there in the house with them for hours at a time and organize their entire lives. Next one. So this is our purpose. We want to make sure and build and strengthen a protective household. And what that means for us is that in this household, we feel confident that they are capable of living their everyday life, providing the best support and safety for their children. And we also work really closely with that household's caseworker, social worker to ensure that they are also getting the best services and supports from the county as well as from us. We can skip that one. We just went through that. Oh my gosh. Yep. Thank you. So these are some of the modules that we add, that we offer, and they can choose from them, but we typically encourage them to also create some of their own if there's anything that they need help in. A lot of it is cleaning, a lot of it is meal prep and nutrition. We create a vision board with each client, which I love because they have these goals that just help them brighten up. And then when we meet each of them, it is, I think it's more enjoyable for us than them once in a while. Cause I personally, I love when they are so proud of everything that they've accomplished. You can pass that one. That's our referral form. You guys can also refer for all of these programs. So I can always attach those and send those if you guys know of anyone. The ABC program, that's attachment biobehavioral catch-up. That's the one where they go in and they record. We are accepting referrals right now. That one gets pretty filled. So if you know of anyone, I can send those referrals also. We would love to have some new clients. We can keep going. Yep. So, oh, nope, that's good. Okay, so this just kind of tells you all the different ages for all of these, but we do also do the pregnancy. So, what is this one referring to? Yeah, that one we can skip. That's for our social workers. So this is our referral card. If you guys would like any of them, they get sent to our lead ABC coach, Juanita, who was unable to make it tonight. She is very pregnant right now, so she was not doing very well today. And that's it for our presentation. Do you guys have any questions for me?
I can't see all. Can you see? I have some questions, but do you see other people?
Yeah.
Janelle?
I can see all the people.
No, you can go ahead, Katie. Yeah.
First of all, thank you so much. That was a wonderful presentation
Oh, of course.
and really heartwarming, all the work you're doing.
Oh, thanks.
So I have
Love it.
a couple questions. One is, do you use volunteers very much? And if so, how do they help you?
We do use volunteers. They have to go through a very extensive background check. They must be CPR and first aid certified, and they go through our trainings. They help us by holding babies, playing with the kiddos. Our kiddos coming from a trauma background require a lot of attention. And when we have a house full, any volunteer helps. And even if there's not a lot of kiddos there on that day, we can always use help with other things such as our crab feed event. We do our family engagement nights where we let them bring all of their kids. The volunteers can help us organize the care packages, the garage where all of the pantry is. But mainly with the kids.
Okay. I think my neighbor Karen Adams helps you, right? Do you
Yep.
know? Yeah,
She
she
does.
loved she
She does.
totally loved it. Yeah.
Yep. We love her. We love
Yeah.
all of our volunteers. They're
Uh-huh.
fantastic.
So is there a specific example like of something you did that just was totally inspiring? And I mean, I like a real example.
So recently, I would say the most recent one was I had been working with a mom for a long time. She has two kiddos on this spectrum. Her husband works full time in San Francisco. They're not doing horrible. They didn't need housing help. Um, just very overwhelmed and dealing with some postpartum. We were able to get her in, get the kiddos in. I was able to get one-on-one support for each of the children. A lot of kiddos on this spectrum that have gone either not fully diagnosed yet, or they're just not in with the behavioral pediatrician yet, so they don't have certain supports yet. A lot of schools will not take or will not keep. So working with her, she was also not as confident in her parenting. She was fantastic. She just had a lot of self-doubt, which I totally get. I also have a child on the spectrum, so I get it. She would question herself a lot and put herself down a lot. So we were able to really work with her. Well, I was able to really work with her and not only help get her kids into the proper school, get the right supports, but recently, before Christmas, I was able to take her out. We got a new grant that I absolutely love. It is a empowering employment where we helped her create her resume and did all of that stuff. But I was able to take her out for about a 4 to 5 hour time while the nursery kept the kids and she had that full support. I took her to buy some clothing, get her hair cut. She hadn't done anything for herself in a very long time, so she wasn't confident to interview for a job.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So we took her out. Well, she started crying, and she was so thankful. It's, yeah. So when she came out of her haircut, she said, I have not seen myself this respectable in a long time. So
Nice. That's wonderful. Yeah, we have a Suit Up for Success program where we've had similar experiences. I mean, you can't go into an interview if you don't feel good about the way you look.
exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
There's actually a haircutting place in Davis that I connected with. Her name is Luce. She owns Creative Hair. She will cut any woman's hair that has left domestic violence or going through trauma or just doesn't feel confident. If we refer them, she will cut their hair for no charge.
Wow, that's good to know. Janelle.
She is fantastic.
Is Creative Hair by the co-op?
It's by Nugget on
Oh, okay.
Covell.
Okay, got it. I have a few more questions, but do you have questions, Janelle or Leanne or anyone? No?
I just had a quick question. So, what other, I guess you have partnerships with local businesses. What other partnerships in town, whether it be other maybe businesses or organizations, do you partner with at this time?
So we partner with Empower Yolo. We partner with the county. We partner with most of the nonprofits like Rise and yeah, there's a long list of them. We partner with every nonprofit, every county support, every service, every shelter, food distributions. We are all over the place. I was just in Winters last week in Esparto because we're currently working on partnering with all of their programs also. We're in West Sacramento a lot of the time. We're everywhere. We partner, yeah.
That's good.
And another question.
Yeah.
Sorry, Kate, to cut you off. You mentioned that you, in the past, have helped some clients maybe get like mattresses or furniture.
Mhm.
At STEAC, we oftentimes get calls about furniture donations, and we just don't have the space to store this. Would you be a good resource for that? Is there like, do you have the space for those types of items, or is there
Yeah,
maybe like
you
a
can
list that you receive?
always reach out to us and let us know what you have. We do have some off-site storage that we can keep them in. Yeah.
That's good. So on that sort of a similar note, in terms of STEAC services, which of our services have you used that you find what are the most valuable to you?
Oh my gosh. So groceries, number one. However, the next two would be the helping with the car. Like if
Okay.
they have something wrong with their car or they just need a little extra, that has helped them tremendously. But the housing aspect, the rent coverage, that one has helped tremendously for a lot of our clients because a lot of them are living in the income-based ones on Alhambra.
Mhm.
And even with that being income-based, the rent is extremely high for a lot of them who only get a total of $800 a month for the whole. It takes, yeah, it takes it all up. And if they don't have a part-time job at the same time, and most of the part-time jobs, they're not guaranteed. So that would be
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Do you have another question, Janelle or Leanne?
I have a quick question. Oh, so I clearly, I think probably on your wish list was space, and that you guys are going to get that in much more space, more people. What else would you, if you could get anything, what do you think families in crisis need that is not really available, is in limited supply?
That would be to keep providing them with all the programs and services. A lot of our programs and services are through grants that only last for a year at most. So we're constantly trying to make sure that we have enough grants to cover every program. So having an unlimited supply of grants would be amazing. But also I would say I would love if we were able to give dads a support group. We've seen a really big rise in the number of single dads, which is it's fantastic that they're reaching out because I think for years there was a stigma about that and guys just did not want to reach out, but they are now, and we are loving it because with our support, we are seeing these dads thrive. So I would love if we had some sort of program that we can keep on going for these dads because there's so many programs for single moms, but if you look for a single dad one, there isn't.
Interesting.
Thank you.
There's a question in the chat real quick. They're inquiring about the CPR and first aid training for volunteers. Does the Yolo Crisis Nursery assist with getting that training completed?
So for our employees, yes. For our volunteers, no. For the volunteers, they would have to do their own. It just needs to make sure that it is certified.
I have a question. When you were talking about the life skills goal, which of those do you find the most challenging for people to achieve?
Keeping their homes clean.
Oh,
I think a lot of them, well, I know a lot of them, they come from a reoccurring cycle. So they're basically living how they grew up, and that cycle just keeps going. And it's really hard for some to really change that. I mean, it takes a lot of work to mentally be able to change what we've grown up to know. So that's probably the hardest one.
okay. I have a challenge there too.
I
Especially having a
think,
dog.
well, yeah, my challenge would be organizing.
Yeah. And there's always something.
Oh, yeah.
Does anyone else have questions? There's another chat, Janelli.
I don't see any other questions.
You don't? Oh, maybe, okay. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Well, I think maybe we can wrap it up then, right? Do you think, Janelli? Yeah. Well,
yeah, if there are no more questions,
I don't think
we can definitely, yeah.
Rosalinda, thank you so much. That was a great
Yes. No, thank you guys.
your work is inspiring. It's something I've been interested in volunteering for a while. So
We would love it.
I'll come by and see you. So thank you
Yes.
so much. And thank you to everyone who attended tonight. We will have another event probably in April or May, and we'll send out notifications as we get closer to that date.
Thank you guys.
Good night, everybody.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, everybody.